A very warm good morning to everyone. I am Priyanka Mishra and I am here with my group to represent on a topic India First Life Insurance. India First Life Insurance Company Limited is a life insurance company in India. It started as a joint venture between two of India's public sector banks, Bank of Baroda 44%, Andhra Bank of India 30%, and United Kingdom and Company Financial Investment Company Legal and General 26%. It was incorporated in November 2009. It has its headquarters in Mumbai. India's first life insurance made more than rupees 2 billion in turnover in just 4.5 months since the insurance company become operational. Its bank branches spread across thousand cities in town. Miss Maheshwari joined IFLI on March 2015 as a MD and CEO to help employees understand how they could contribute to achieving Vision 2020 to be the largest insurance provider in the country and to be the among India's top 5 insurance companies. Moreover, IFLI defined its organizational value of think new, do more, be honest, and be helpful. Now, Harsh will continue further.
Employee at 28. Now, next one is accounting policy and in which the insurer agreed to pay to nominee a specified amount of insured person died in exchange of premium policy paid by the policyholder. Next point, selling and services. Employees have to be bedrock of innovation in selling and services the product. Next point, high quality. The only way IFLI to achieve its vision on continuous innovation of employee and offers high quality customer service. And next point, continuous and sustained. As a result, the only organic way to achieve Vision 2020 to focus on continuous and sustained to make a could help IFLI to make a difference to its customer. Thank you from my side. Now Anmol will explain the further.
Okay. My topic is envisioning competency mapping and career progression. So, Mr. Menon decided to form a competency system team to define new role expectations for employees at all levels in the organizations. So, soon the CST started to both articulate IFLI's expectations for the employees to develop a tentative list of competencies that employees would require to perform their new expected roles. So, CST started creating a list of roles and their corresponding competencies. This work entailed mapping the employees' work, the company's expectations from employees, and the technical and behavior skills required to fulfill these expectations. Next step was to complete competency diagnosis and a skill gap analysis to determine whether the employees had the defined competencies or not. IFLI also linked employees' career progression with their competencies. Mr. Parker had previously noted that employees who had been promoted tended to fail their new roles. So Parker thought of career progression, which would be based on the principle of pay for performance and promoted for potential under the new employee policy. Like employee would be rewarded for their performance and the good work that they have done in the previous years. So when promoting an employee to a higher level, IFLI would need to evaluate the employee on 3 criteria. First was the length of the time employee had been in the current role. Second was employee performance in the current role. Third was and whether the employee had the defined competency or required skills to perform the challenges demanded by the new role. So Mr. Parker thought that linking career progression with competencies would require defining the competencies and behavior indicators required to perform each role at IFLI. Now, I would like Shruti to invite to continue further.
Thank you, Anmol. I'm gonna tell you about identifying. Just a second, sir. Okay, identifying behavioral competencies through competency building exercise. Firstly, when Mr. Menon joined, before Mr. Menon joined IFLI, The organization was divided into 4 branches that were operational, tactical, strategic, and leadership. After that, he introduced 8 functions. Those were human capital, sales and marketing, operation and information technology, investment, actuarial, finance, governments, and strategy. And last one was product. After that, to define what type of behavior competency is required to be followed by the employees, Mr. Menon held the meeting with the function heads. After the discussion was done, um, yes, after the discussion was done, CST gathered information from the previous year data and outlined certain behavioral competencies. For example, uh, for operational ban, what type of capabilities or behavior need to be followed? Like for operation, they need to be have a planning and organizing ability. For tactical, they should have a analytical thinking. For strategic, they should have development in others, and so on. After Mr. Menon focused also sorry, Mr. Menon also need to be focused on leadership band, because leadership band required uh, institutional building capabilities. Because of this, most of the employees lack these type of capabilities, so he need to be focused on this basically. Lastly, Mr. Menon also focused on the behavior, because they knew somewhere PMS would be recording their capturing their employees performance. Now what exactly is PMS? PMS is performance management system, which is uh, which is an approach of sustaining and creating improved values and performance in employees. Now I would like to call Sakshi for further explanation.
Okay, thank you, Shruti. Now I will be explaining balancing and reinforcing loop for competencies. Under this, let's discuss first the adoption of balanced scorecard, that is BSC approach. In 2015, IFLI stopped using the bell curve system and they adopted the new approach, that is balanced scorecard BSC approach. The new approach with BSC mean that IFLI employees would receive 3 feedback meetings, one each quarter, before the final meeting at the year-ended appraisal, and before the and before the and these 3 meetings were intended to help the employees become familiar with their performance on work goals, and on the basis of their performance, the employees were categorized into 3 brackets, that is growth, ACE, and development quadrant. Now the next is um, now the next is linking of PMS with capability development, learning and development interventions. Mr. Menon decided to link the PMS with L&D interventions, which would help to identify and address the need for any competency development. Now the next is development of 27 L&D programs at India's first life insurance company limited. Under this, Mr. Menon developed 27 programs that were each 1 day in duration and were delivered in the house. And these 27 programs are influencing for results, creating impactful presentation, negotiation, interpersonal skills, business communication, English language, and so on. And these all L&D interventions are considered as capability development, that is capability development exercise, that is CDE, and not just training program. So now the next is compulsion of one L&D program every year. Under this, Mr. Menon decided that apart from PMS, all IFLI employees should undergo one compulsory L&D program every year, which would be counted as a part of their CDE. Now the next is approval of chosen program. Under this, Mr. Prakhar emphasizes that to ensure a successful CDE, the list of 27 programs would needed to share with the employees through the human capital function, and at the end of the every year, and all employees would need to sign up for the program. Further, the employee's immediate supervisor would need to approve the employee's chosen program after confirming the suitability of the program within the employee's band. Now the last is validation by function head and executive. After an employee's chosen program was validated, the application of the program would be jointly validated by the function head and an executive from the human capital function, and they would give the final approval after checking that the selected program would help the employees to develop the needed capabilities or not. That's all. Now I would like to invite my friend Deepesh to cover the rest topics. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakshi. Thank you, Sakshi. Let's move on to communicating the competency framework. A competency framework is a means by which organization communicate which behaviors are required, valued, recognized, and rewarded with respect to specific roles. In India's first life insurance company limited, Mr. Menon shares with Mr. Parker the need for two-way communication with employees about the competencies required for performing new roles, and this would help to gain feedback from employees. There are some points which comes under competency framework. First one is communication. Effective communication in the workplace is important for good company performance. Communication should be a two-way process. The second one was roles. It ensures that everyone knows what they are doing. It sounds simple, but when roles are clear, people know what's expected from them, how to behave, and what they need to accomplish. If they can see the importance of their contribution to the company for achieving Vision 2020, then they are granted an extra motivational age. The third one was feedback. Feedback is valuable information that will be used to make important decision. If India's first life insurance company limited wants to achieve Vision 2020, then feedback from the employees are very important. The fourth one was leadership. Think First was the leadership at IFLIs comprising the DVP level and above from all the final functions. The Think First team met twice a year to discuss and finalize the strategic level goals that would help IFLIs achieve its Vision 2020. The fifth one was strategy. Some strategies which help the company to achieve its vision. Emphasize service and among support. Build an insurance partnership. Focus on targets. And the sixth one was IFLI's mission. The IFLI's mission is to be the largest insurance provider in the country and to be among India's top 5 insurance companies by New Vision 2020. Challenges ahead. The challenges in front of Mr. Menon and Mr. Parker is to implement the idea and to roll out the new competency framework, which was decided by the employees' feedback, and link it to the PMS. This is the first time when Mr. Menon and Mr. Parker is advance such ideas for the company. The biggest challenge in front of them is how they communicate about new competency framework to the 1400 employees of IFLI's Company Limited. Thank you. This was all about the India's first life insurance company limited.